Hey developers, today we're looking at Express.js. I'm going to teach you how to get started with Express. We're going to use Postgres. We're going to do posts, gets. We're going to do it all. So make sure you stay all the way to the end and you can learn all about it. Hey, and if you've been watching for a while, I did last week a video on Fastify, which I want to do a similar app in Express. If you don't know, Fastify is another Node.js backend framework, but it's supposed to be really, really fast. And I wanted to see maybe if we do that same app in Express, what the differences are. Check this out. This will teach you the basics of getting started with Express, and we'll just create a fun app with it. Hey, and if you don't know, my name is Eric. I'm a full stack software developer, blah, 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 blah. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera so you can see the full screen. And so I have VS Code up and running here. We're going to use Postgres, and we're going to set up a few things, but I want to set up an empty folder here. So I'm going to npm init. I'm just going to leave the defaults. Actually, it does say one thing here. It says the entry point, I'm going to call it app.js. So it should be fine there. Cool. So now I have a package.json. I need to install a few things we're going to do for this demo. So I'm going to install, let's see here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. We're going to install Chalk, cores.env, Express, Faker. Well, I probably won't use Faker. Morgan, and MPG. So this will just take a moment. This is all the libraries that we want to install. So we're going to use Express.js for our app. We're going to use .env for any variables, which we might use at the end of this. We're going to use cores, so we don't have to worry about cross-origin requests. We're going to use Chalk and Morgan because I want to add in some sort of logging to it. And actually, I want to install a dev dependency. So I'm going to install Nodemon as a dev dependency, and that'll be running our server for us, so that way we can kind of start things the way we want. Stop and start the server, and any file changes, it'll automatically detect it. And now we're going to go into our Package.json, and we can see everything we have in here. I'm going to change this from test to start, and we'll delete this. Let's see here. We'll delete to here. Okay, and we're going to do nodemon -- watch, and we're going to call it app.js. Cool, so now we need to create some files here, and we'll create some folders. Well, first let's see if we can get our app just up and running. So let's create a few folders here. So first I want to create a DB file. We'll do DB, and we'll do index.js. And then we also want to add in a middleware. So we'll do middleware, and we'll call it Morgan.js. Oh, don't worry about this. It's just ESLint error from some plugin I have. And then I'm going to create a new folder called public. And I'll create a new folder called routes. And so that's where we'll keep our routes. Cool. So the first file we're going to create is our app.js file. And so in our app.js file, we just kind of want to see if things will work. So I'm going to do the ESM module imports. I'm not going to use the require style. So I'm going to do import express from express. And then I'm going to do const app equals express. And I want to use, we don't have to, a lot of tutorials to see they'll install some kind of body parser, but it actually is built into the new version as Express. So I'm going to do app.use express.json. And basically what I'm doing is this app is where we can load. You can see here, this is where we're going to load our handlers, our middleware, and we can also use routes and create routes from this. So this is the basics getting started. All right, and we're gonna do a port 3000, and I'm just doing app.get. So you have this app, and you can do app.post if you want to do a post request, a get for a get request, put, delete, all the classical HTTP methods you can use here. And then we put the directory, or actually where we want the app to go. This will be the root. And then you usually have two. You have a request, and you have a response. And so requests are obviously that are stuff that's coming in, and responses are what's going to go back out. So we can do something really simple here. We can do a response, and we have a send here, and we can just do a hello world to see if it works. So I'm going to go back here, and this is something you always have to do. I'm going to do type equals module. Otherwise, it gives me an error. I'm going to restart it. And that's, I need to listen somewhere. So I need to do an app.listen to the port. And I'm going to just console log something like running. So let's see if it works now. Cool. So we have hello world. So we have created our first Express app. Not too difficult. All we are doing right now is creating one single route. But you can see, you know, we are making progress here. So next thing is I want to have some better logging. You can see here I got this start, node app, nap, clean exit. But once if I wanted to have some better logging, and that is where Morgan comes in place. And I already created a Morgan file here. So what this is going to do, and if you look at the documentation for Morgan.js, for Express, for Morgan, I believe they got it from the Dexter TV show, but it allows you to create a logger middleware function that gives format and options. So you can kind of see every time someone connects, you can send a request and you can say, show the content length or the response time or whatever you want. Get this working, I'm going to do import Morgan from Morgan. And then import Chalk. And now Chalk is a library that's going to help us do colors inside our app here. And then I'm going to export the Morgan with an A, middleware. And that's going to equal Morgan. And this is going to be a call. It's going to be a function here, callback. And we're going to return here. And by the way, this should be export const. And we're going to return here an object. Now I'm going to copy and paste this from the other screen. And then also I need a dot join, which is going to join all this together. And so what this is doing is it's basically this Chalk is using these different colors and it's adding in like this nice little logging with this mushroom, says Morgan. It's going to give us the methods for the token, the status, the URL, the response time, the date. All right, so what we need to do now is actually use that with our middleware. So I'm going to import Morgan middleware from, and I'm just going to grab the folder and grab Morgan.js. And now I should be able to use it with app.use. So I'm going to do app.use Morgan middleware. And hopefully that should be it. I'm going to stop, I'm going to clear it, start this again. It says it's running. I'm going to refresh the route here. All right, see, cool. So you can see right here, we have this nice, all this information now. Anytime it connects to our server, we have nice colors to it. Don't worry about the undefined. Awesome. So now the next thing we want to do is let's see if we can connect to our Postgres database and do a few things. So I'm going to clear this out. And I'm not going to go through how to get Postgres installed on your computer. So you may want to do that outside this. But I'm going to show you some commands, assuming you already have it installed. If you're on Mac, you can do a brew install Postgres. If you're in Windows, you can download the binaries and install it. That's how I did it. And I will connect to here. Okay. So here I'm in the Postgres, basically CLI. And what I first want to do is I want to create So I'm going to restart my app, npm start. Now it's running again. And now we can go and create a route to just grab the information for us. So in our router file, we have this routes folder. I'm going to create a new one, new file. I'm going to call it get, I don't know, I'll call it get posts. I get getSongs.js, I suppose that might be a good name. And in this one, we're going to do that. But actually, first, I need to create the database. And inside this database, we need to use this throughout the app. So I'm going to import PG. That's that Postgres that we installed earlier. And this is going to be arrow function. And it's going to return pool.query. And we're going to set over the text params and call back. And this is just a nice little pattern you can use so that you can, anytime you need to do requests to a route, you can use this, you can just import this in there and do it. So let's try it out. So in my routes folder, I have this getSongs. So I'm going to import DB from that database file that we just created. It's index.js. And then I'm going to import Express from Express again. And we're going to use this router. And we're going to call something called we're going to call it getSongs. And that's going to do another router.get, and this time we're going to use this getUsers, getSongs. And this will be a request and response, just like we did earlier. Now we can do this db.query, and now we can put a select statement in here. So I'm going to do select star from, I guess we called it in our package, we called it songs. We'll order by ID, we'll make it ascending, and then we'll see if it works. So this is our callback, and if it has an error, we'll throw an error. Otherwise, we'll set the status at 200, and we'll return the results.rows. And if this all works right, we should be able to use it. So we're going to export default getSongs. And now we just need to use this inside our app.js file and import it in so it works correctly. So inside our app.js file, we'll go ahead and import this in. It's wrong. It should be ./routes/getsongs.js. So I actually, when I created the songs table, I actually did it under the Postgres database. I forgot to connect to the API database. So we're just going to change this right now. I'm not going to worry about recreating the table in the API database. And also the port here, I had it on 5432. And actually, for some reason, I have my Postgres database in 5433. I'm going to go run npm start again. I'm going to run getSongs. Cool. So now here I am with my getSongs. I have my Hotel California. I have my artists. Cool. So I am connecting to the correct now endpoint, and the database information is now correct. So I should be able to grab information, which is cool. So let's see if we can do a couple of more things. We have a getSongs. Let's see if we can post a song too. So I'm going to create a new file here, and we're going to call it postsongs.js. And just to make things a little faster, I'm just going to copy and paste everything from this one here, paste it. Okay, so I'm in my post songs here. So let's see if we can fix this. So I'm going to call this postSongs. We know that since we're using this route here, we should grab it from the request object. So I'm going to const. I'm going to grab the name, and we'll call it the name and artist. And that'll be from it'll be equal rec.body. And if we can also do, like right here, if not rec.body, so if it's empty, then we can return. And now since we have the name and artist, it should insert it in here and then return back the results of the rows with the new data in there. So let's go back to our app.js file. So we're going to do post songs, and this will be post. And if we did this right, we should have this new endpoint for post songs. And okay, it restarted. Now to actually go in and do a HTTP post request, we obviously can't do it inside the browser. There's a couple of ways we can do it here. One thing is I like to use this extension called REST client. It allows me to essentially do a RESTful request right inside our VS Code here. So I'm going to see if I can get this working. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it rest.http, and it has to be this .http at the end. Now you can see I have this little send request. So I'm going to do that to localhost 3000. It's going to be called postSongs. And we know we have two different ones here we need to do. So we need the actual name, which let's call a name called Happy Birthday. And then we need the artist. We'll call it World. All right, so if we did this right and our API is working, it should work. So let's click send. And we already have an error. Oops, because I have HTTPS here. So let me save it again. We'll close this. Click send. Okay, so it came back with a close there. It looks like it did try to do it. So let me stop and restart the server. Just make sure nothing weird happened here. Send it again. Okay, so it's not returning anything. But let's see if we just do getSongs now, see what happens. Oh, cool. So it did work. So we were returning, let's see, what we were returning in the postSongs. So we're returning the results.rows, which I guess on an insert, there's nothing to return. So it doesn't show us anything, which is fine. Cool, but it did actually add it. So we do see Happy Birthday World here, Happy Birthday World here. We can also try to do a delete. So let's create a new file. We'll call it deleteSong.js. And once again, I'm going to go to our postSongs. I'm just going to copy and paste this all into our deleteSongs. And we're going to, instead of do a post, we'll do a delete. All right, so if we did this right, it should delete whatever the ID that we send over. And then we can do a GET request and see if it works. So once again, we'll put this in here and we can delete both these at the same time. deleteSongs.js. And we'll just do like this. We'll delete songs here. Okay. Oh, so it gave me an error that it can't find deleteSongs.js. Did I misspell it? Let's see here. DELETSong. Oh, it's not, there's no S at the end. S, I'll just delete the S. Okay, delete song. All right, so it started okay. Now we can go back into our REST HTTP file, and this time we'll do I think we can do more than one in here. Is that how we do it? Let's see here. Let me take a look at the REST extension. I think you can have multiple on the same. Oh, you divide it this way with. There we go. So this one we'll do a delete song, and then instead of putting in happy birthday and artist, we'll put in ID, and we'll just put in 1. So if we refresh this, 1 should be Hotel California. Let's delete number 5 since it's a duplicate. We'll delete 5. All right, send it. Oops, I actually had delete song here. So let's go ahead and try it again. So instead of 5, I don't know, let's choose 1. Okay, let's go ahead and stop and restart the server. And let me try this again. Okay, user delete with ID 1. If I come back here, refresh it, cool, so 1 is gone. Let's try to delete 2. I'll send it. Cool, user delete with 2, so 2's gone. Awesome, and I went ahead and off camera, I added in the 6 here. But let's delete 6 as well. Delete 6. All right, so I have 3 and 4. Awesome, so you could see here that now we've been able to update, create, update, and delete through our deleteSongs, getSongs, postSongs, all through using Postgress. So it seems to be working pretty well. And also, if you want to learn a little bit more about Express, I would check the official documentation. I'll also put some links of some cool Express videos as you leave here. Thanks.